And folks, we made it through Black Friday.
Just barely.
Just barely. StarCrossed Gamers made it through, and we didn't go completely broke. I almost did. Actually, I think I did. I hit that threshold. But folks, welcome back. This is episode 3. Is this episode 3?
Yeah, already.
Holy crap. It's episode 3, man. I am Baron J67.
And I am Johnny.
And we are StarCrossed Gamers. Welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us rant and rave about games. And actually, now that I think about it, quite a few things did happen this past weekend. Like it was the 25th anniversary of PlayStation.
Was it? Nice.
Yeah, it was the 25th anniversary of PlayStation that happened this past couple days. And you know what? It's so crazy. You know, let's jump on that since that's fresh on. Like, I completely went off script. PlayStation for me has been such a heavy influence on my gaming. I remember the first system that I went out and worked for was a PlayStation 2. My first experience with PlayStation was the PlayStation 1. And I remember playing games like Rival Schools, Metal Gear Solid. I remember playing, I'm trying to think, what did I play a lot of? Final Fantasy 8. Actually, Final Fantasy 8 was the first video game that I went out and bought on my own. Like, I got the money, I grinded, did whatever I had to do, get my money, and then went and bought that. Now, the funny thing is, that's also my first experience in party management, because I made the mistake of power loading my team with, 3 characters or 4? You went into battle with 3 characters, I believe, right? Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, folks. And I overloaded my team, and then I got to that when it was time to switch the disc, and then all of a sudden there was a whole nother party that I had to separate with.
Oh no.
And the party was complete weakness, had no abilities, no weapons, they were the lowest level, and I refused to start the game over. So I kind of just put it down because I was a kid, and it was just I was like, I refused to go back through all that over again. And then a lot of my RPG games, it really shaped me. Like Ark the Lad, which is a game I'm probably going to go buy. Now that I mentioned it, I'm going to write that down. Ark the Lad. I loved that game. I don't think I even finished it. The story was
Ark
dope.
the Lad.
Ark the
Sounds
Lad.
like Aladdin.
Right? It was a game about, I want to say, spoiler, it's probably over 20 years old. It was a game about 2 half brothers, if I'm not mistaken, and one's royalty and one's like a lower class halfling, and you're going on this adventure, and of course it's a quest to save the world, blah blah blah, and you go off on your own separate parties, and it's 2 separate stories, and then they merge, and then it becomes I think that was PlayStation 2. And that was a really, really good RPG. I would actually watch a show about it. If Netflix is listening, please. Ark the Lad, great story, amazing game, holds its weight. You know, that's going into TV shows.
Ark the Lad, the game, the movie.
The game, the movie. Oh God, the Lego version, Lego Ark the Lad.
Oh no! Don't give them ideas.
Oh God, Lego Ark the Lad. But no, with PlayStation has a real special place in my heart. Some of the greatest, The Last of Us, God of War, beating the crap out of Hercules, riding Titans up to Olympus. I'm just Metal Gear Solid. Come on, that alone. Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid?
I haven't. No.
Dude, there was a moment in the game, and I'm a kid. So I'm sitting here, I'm already stressing. I'm trying to fight this boss named Psycho Mantis, and the game made you think. It first it made you think it reset it mid fight.
Oh no.
It pulled a fatal frame, like it would like mess with you completely. Then it pulled a moment where it made you think your memory card was erased.
Oh, I remember seeing this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. And then the only like the easiest way to beat the boss, which I never figured out, was to put your controller in the player 2 port. Because by doing that, the game recognized like, oh, he can't read your thoughts anymore. So
Holy
that was
crap.
the yeah, oh bro. So as a kid, like that's great mechanics thinking about it now. Saying it out loud is great now. Imagine then. It was the most mind-blowing moment fighting Psycho Mantis. Or even fighting Sniper Wolf. It was just a bunch. Oh god, man. But Sony, thank you for all the experiences, and hopefully you can sponsor me in the future. Um,
Please.
please. God please. Please. What's your favorite Sony game?
Um, well, um, I don't know. I've never, well, I mean, I kind of grew up with a PlayStation 2. That was my
Ah,
first
got you.
console. But
Nice.
I never played a Sony game.
Oh, okay. Like
So,
Jack and Dexter or anything like that.
no. Uh, let's see. What was your favorite game?
My favorite. Oof, I didn't even say that. My favorite PlayStation game off the top of my head. I'm gonna just say Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 2. Sons of Liberty.
Ooh, you see, my favorite PlayStation game by Sony was Metal Gear Solid 3.
Mm. I feel like Snake Eater is such an easy choice to pick. Um, and I pick Sons of Liberty because of the whole character swap and them successfully doing it, which is very like that was a big risk. You built this game that was based on Solid Snake and this big story and fighting on top of Metal Gears and this and that, and then you go into number 2 and he's not the main character at first. Like
Oh,
they,
is it
yeah,
completely different character?
you're riding you're riding
Ooh.
for a bit and then you jump into Pliskin. Like it was a dope setup, and then it really went heavy into the lore, Shadow Haven and all the whatever the Resistance and Ocelot. Like it really went deep into the story on that one too. Um 3 was amazing though. The boss fights were awesome. Um and then seeing a young Ocelot, the final fight with Big Boss. Three was epic. I love how all of them end with some heavy duty hand to hand combat. Like I like that. Like how do you take a game that's built around guns and all of a sudden add in like hand to hand combat and make it fun?
Well, I mean, I can think of an example of how they did that. Basically, Halo Reach. You just they added in assassination mechanics, and that's all everybody wanted to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, I
Jumping off
never.
the ledges, Batman style.
Ooh. See, I never. Didn't Halo Reach just get re released?
Um, it got re-released on, I think, for like better graphics or whatever, as part of the Master Chief Collection.
Ah, okay. Because everybody's talking about Halo right now. I
Yeah,
didn't really look into it, but because for me, Halo, 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 blah 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 blah. Halo was the only shooter, online ability shooter that I played only for the story. I
yeah.
never,
I
I
mean,
never got
yeah,
into Halo Online. Never.
me neither.
I just never got into it. Wasn't just like Gears of War. Never got into the online. Um, it's not why I bought the game. Like it really, and that's weird because now I think of shooters, and the first thing I think of when it comes to a shooter is online. When I think of Call of Duty, when I think of Battlefield, and here these are games where I don't even play the stories anymore. I don't play
Oh,
Battlefield
jeez.
stories. Yeah, I don't.
Even if they have stories these days.
Yeah, right. That's right. Call of Duty, I used to play the stories. I think the last story I played was Modern Warfare. Um, is that with the whole no Russians crazy thing?
That was two.
Yeah, okay, so Modern Warfare 2. No, I am lying. Black Ops. That was hilarious. What are the numbers, Mason?
Oh,
What?
jeez. Uh,
Dude, when I tell you, I will randomly say that at work because oddly enough, a lot of my friends on my, a lot of people on my Xbox friends list are my coworkers, and it's ridiculous how like almost every guy at my office plays Xbox. So you'll mess around and get in the chat room, and it's like being at work. But everybody's big into Call of Duty, so I'll randomly walk around and be like, "What are the numbers, Mason?"
what did they
uh,
turn out being? Like nuclear launch codes?
what was it? What it might have been. And then weren't you the one who tried to take out Kennedy? I forgot.
Oh,
It was a
I
bunch of
remember.
craziness.
I remember like the zombie map with Kennedy and Castro and
Oh god.
other
Oh yeah.
people.
Oh yeah. You know, I never got into zombies either. I'm too scared.
I I was more into zombies than multiplayer,
Ah, see, I know. You know what? A lot of people fit into that category. I know people who went back and bought that game recently
just for the zombies.
just for zombies. Holy crap! Did they add zombies into Apex Legends?
I think it may be like the PUBG way of zombies, where it's like the players are the zombies, like the dead players.
Oh, whoa.
I never played Apex, so correct me if I'm wrong in the suggestions below.
Only reason is because I'm looking at an ad and it looks like there's zombies and it says Apex Fight or Fright limited. Oh, it's a limited time event. Ah, well,
Dare I say a Halloween event that just hasn't ended yet?
yeah, you know, it's just the gift that keeps on giving. Um, it's a season, but no, from it's absolute crazy. Like with Halo, and it's always been a craze with the online. Like I've never heard anybody say anything bad. It just I never got into it. I can't explain it, but it happens. Now, we were we Black Friday. All right, folks.
Back
Look,
on track.
back on track. Back on. Look, we're doing it. So I spent some money. Not gonna lie. I bought a stream deck, and hopefully with this stream deck, it promotes me to get back into PC streaming PC gaming because I've been doing console mainly because it's easier for me to manage and it's neater, and I don't have to worry about like it's less worries when I stream from my consoles. Um, because I've had some bad experience streaming from my PC gaming. Not many,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, not many, but they've been some of my worst moments. Like, oh, F, everybody press F. I was like, oh God, no. And then like my screen was frozen, and then I've been blue screen. Like, I've had a couple of bad moments in my day, enough to where it deters me. But the one thing and the main reason I want to get back into it is I have a astronomical list of PC games I
Oh
want to
damn.
play.
I was about to say, well, I know exactly what game we can get you back in with, but
Bro, I have I have freaking I don't even know what the damn game is called. There's so many of them. Mountain Blade. I never fully fleshed Mountain Blade out. Like I think the biggest army I've ever had was like 80 people. Like I haven't even had a big army. I haven't, I had a kingdom for a bit. It was pretty cool, but I never
yeah.
fully fleshed out like really dove into that. Go ahead.
Don't worry about it though, because you know my most played game is Mountain Blade, and I've only like fully completed it, as in like conquering everything. I've only done it once,
See,
so
it's that
you just get bored.
fun. That yes, you do get those moments. For me, it was the main reason I stopped is I felt like I was getting pigeonholed into it, and I like even though it was working for me because that's how I met a lot of people. That's how I met you. That's how I met a lot of people who are regulars in my stream is from streaming Mountain Blade. So Mountain Blade has been nothing but good to me, and it's brought a bunch of dope people into my life. But I didn't want to be the Mountain Blade guy.
No.
And I was slowly going that route. I was even looking at doing emblems with like a squire and then a knight, and I was, because it was so much of what I was doing. But that's always a big fear of mine when it comes to this world, this digital world that I'm creating for myself. I didn't want to hold myself to something so niche. Um, so that's why I pushed the whole RPG gamer. I'm happy I rebranded that way, because then I can bounce back and forth. I can play Mountain Blade. I can play Battlefield and work as a sniper in Battlefield. I can I can play Destiny. I can play Disgaea, Final Fantasy. You know, I can go through all of these games and it fit within my niche, and it's not out of character. It's not like I'm playing, I don't know, Madden. Like, you know, like in the middle of,
Yeah.
you know, even though if I really wanted to, I could do a creative character and go that route. It's just whatever I'm doing, I want to make sure it has a RPG elements to it. So, like if I was ever going to play any sports games, it'd probably be either FIFA or NBA 2K, because you get to create a player and boost their
Yeah.
stats, and you know you can do the whole story mode. That would be the route I would take if I played like sports games. But back to the point at hand. Black Friday, guys. I got a Stream Deck, and then I had to get an Xbox. Now I say had to get. Even my wife agreed, which she kind of pushed me to it because I was ready to jerry rig my Xbox. So I had an OG Xbox at day one. The big block. That's what I called it. The problem with the big block, for those who don't know, is it has an external battery source, and that thing is shaky at best. I got the orange ring. I mean the orange light of doom on
Oh,
my battery
it's
pack.
orange now?
It was orange, yeah. Now I know there's always a quick fix. Now the only thing that made me nervous about this one is, one, it's not the first time it's went orange. I've had it go orange on me few times, and it's usually due to like when I have like a blackout or something like that, and then all of a sudden the power doesn't get cut off right, and I don't know if it shorts something or whatever. But this last time, the last day of Black Friday weekend, which was on Sunday, it was orange for hours. I couldn't do nothing to fix it. It I don't know what happened. It would not fix. None of my remedies. I went online, but then finally it did work. Right when I was getting ready to go to the store to go buy my new Xbox, my wife looked at me. I was ready to say no. Shout out to my wife, because she's a legend for pushing me to go and buy a whole new Xbox. Because I was
Shout out
ready.
to the Baroness.
Yeah, the Baroness. Oh, dude, we got to get her YouTube channel now called the Baroness.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right. Got to go that route. But no, she really pushed me to do it, because she was like, "Look, you use it. It's part of your business. It's part of who you are. So why would you risk going through with another Xbox that's gonna mess up?" Because thank God I did buy it, because now the one I got for 200, they're now selling for three something, and I'm just grateful I picked it up when I got it. So I have an Xbox One S now. It's so much smaller. I even have it up on its side. It looks neat. I have so much more space in my little setup. Um, it's amazing. And then thank God they made it easy to transition systems. I thought it was going to be impossible. I thought I was going to have to reinstall all my games. I literally just logged in and it was ready to go. It was
Nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I was like, oh, because that was actually one thing that kept me away from buying a new Xbox. Like what made me like work so hard to fix the one I got is I was like, dude, I do not want to sit there and reinstall all these games, even though I'm not gonna play them right away. And now got that out the way. Did you get anything for Black Friday?
Unfortunately, no. I was gonna get a new computer, but
Ooh,
you know, even with those discounts, the price tag was a little bit too high because poor college kid me,
yeah,
I have
understandable.
other things to be looking at. But no, unfortunately, not.
Understandable, bro. You
Hey,
know,
Christmas sales though.
ooh. Hey, what specs are you looking for?
I mean, good memory, I think, is going to
Uh,
be the pigeonhole here, because The laptop I have now is pretty good, but it's a couple of years old now.
Got you.
And I think, whenever I have a game open, or now when for my work, I have a virtual machine.
Oh.
I can only do one of those things at a time. I mean,
Ah.
so yeah, it's a limitation. But with a tower, everything's gonna be better because with that old mantra with like technology improving exponentially, this is like a, I don't know, 2017 laptop or 2015, I don't remember, but getting a computer that's I don't know, a year or less is probably going to be so much better. Like
Oh yeah.
this, I mean, it's a bit of a difference, but this computer has about 250 gigabytes storage. A decent tower can have like 2 terabytes. So, everything could be, it's just going to be better.
Oh yeah. 100%. You know what's so crazy about the whole growth of exponential? I was watching a podcast and I forgot the gentleman's name, but he's like one of the leading people in like quantum computing.
Oh
Uh,
boy,
yeah, and
big word.
big word. Basically, our microprocessors and like our Intels and all that other fun stuff. He was saying that unless, and I will probably put the Joe Rogan episode below or whatever. Um, Basically, he was saying that unless we change the medium, there's only so much more smaller we can go on the processors and the threading,
Mm,
because then at some point you start dealing with did he use the word quantum leaps, basically saying that the electrons are going to be traveling across the threads, but it's going to be so small that you're going to have random jumps and it's going to be jumping threads, which happens now. But the problem is they won't be able to have a corrective program to
mm,
automatically check the mistakes fast enough. So it's going to be so fast that you're going to have multiple problems. Like you'll press F and like your whole computer will shut off. Like it could randomly happen just because. That's an extreme example that'll probably never happen, but just based on how he described the medium, because it's crazy. Like I wonder what the new source would be. Like I wonder when we're gonna get to the point where we're like utilizing like crystal hard drives. Like
oh, yeah.
like I wonder what that material is gonna be to make so we can have more exponential growth. Because once again, we're almost hitting that wall where that what is it, that magical infinite wall where it's just
Yeah.
up, like it's not really moving any further out. It's just up.
Yeah. I mean, maybe because computers have been around for about 5 decades now,
Exactly.
and I feel like in 2019, if there was like some Uber material to be using instead of whatever we're using now, I feel like maybe they would be on it by now, or maybe they are, and it's like a top secret lab out in Arizona desert. But um, who knows? Maybe in the grand future of like when I'm like 100, they'll have like the whole like computer chips in your brain all connected to
Ooh,
the cloud.
yeah. You know what? I'm looking forward to that. I hope I live long enough for that full dive tech type stuff. I would love to see it. Would I
Oh,
partake in it? Maybe. My
yeah.
wife almost made me sign a contract saying that if I live long enough for full dive technology, that I gotta wait until like I'm on my deathbed to
Oh,
experience it,
jeez.
because she knows I would completely sell out and go all the way in. Like,
Yeah.
like they're okay. So yeah, I would in a heartbeat. Well, not in a heartbeat. I got kids now, and I love my wife and I love my kids. So I'd probably like really spend time with them for like a day, but then I gotta go. The
Sorry.
universe needs me.
Yeah.
like I'm going into the Matrix. Love you guys. Here's my story. I'll do a big YouTube video.
Oh, jeez.
Like
Hey,
a goodbye.
family.
Yeah.
Day one.
Day ones. Well, number one subscribers. Much love, guys. Just letting you know, pulling the plug on reality, going into the Matrix.
If you
About that
find me in
life.
there, don't you
Yeah,
dare.
yeah. Say hi.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, dude, that'd be nuts. All living my life out through a YouTube channel, like digitally. Like I'm all only
Oh,
way
yeah.
I can really talk is through videos that are rendered in the Matrix.
Yeah.
and upload it to the real world. Like, how does
Oh,
he do it?
jeez. He's pumping out 100 videos a day.
Content, content, content. And you know what's so crazy? There's a book that I was listening to, an audio book I was listening to, where somebody created a digital world where 1 hour in real time is 8 hours in the game world. So people go
Ooh.
like, so some people in this world would go in and play video games, like play the game. That was the whole reason they were there. But a lot of people, what they would do is just go and like read books or go and do their job. So here it is. You can go and do 8 hours worth of digital labor or writing a book or blah blah blah, and then you come out and you were only there for an hour. Um,
Yeah.
I honestly, I think something along those lines, some type of time warp system thingy. I don't think that's too far off because it's all data, and
Yeah.
that's all it is. But yeah, enough of that.
Oh, wait, but I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, go ahead.
So, I don't think this is the thing you're talking about, but it is up your alley because it's an anime. Wow.
Yes.
Think who would have thought me of all people bringing up an anime?
Yeah.
But
Come
isn't
on.
that the premise of Sword Art Online?
God bless the creators. Yes. Sword Art Online. That inspired so much for me because it's just the idea of it. And Sword Art Online and the novellas or whatever, that actually introduced me to one of my new favorite genre of books. There's a whole genre of books called lit RPGs, which
Mm.
is, and it's funny because we're StarCrossed Gamers, so I found a way to consume video game mechanics while reading and listening to books.
Oh, geez, you've gotten a perk.
Oh yeah, I've gotten a perk. I've gotten ability, guys. I've ranked up in the real world. See, my digital matrix life is already seeding in. I'm taking strides here, guys. But no, it's lit RPGs. There's a couple of authors, Alaron Kong, Tao Wong. These guys, if you love RPGs and you like a good story and characters to watch grow and get new abilities and level up and build kingdoms and lose friends and gain skills and big battles, it's
And
all there.
respawning.
Yeah, respawning. Yeah, one of the books I'm listening, the series I'm listening to, there's a whole respawn method, and they go into like the void, and you're gone
Oh,
from the world for
jeez.
2 hours, and
Oh,
you're just stuck in thought, and then yeah, oh yeah,
would I even want to respawn?
yeah, hey man, like, well, the point of one of the worlds, the creator wanted death to be painful so that people aren't running around trying to be invincible. So he made death something you really don't want to do, like suicide and all this stuff. Like, he really, really, really made it painful and hard to fathom, and you want to naturally avoid it. Well, that when people, like, even though they're actual players, when they die, it's miserable. They
Oh,
absolutely,
jeez.
yeah. But yeah, I love, so once again, folks, I like RPGs to the point to where I like it in my books.
Who would
I
have
like,
thought?
yeah, right. The RPG gamer, it's a lifestyle choice. I should really keep like a 20-sided die with me just to roll for everything. Like, oh, am I gonna go to work today? Roll for initiation. like,
I have a
like,
6 die that I
uh,
keep.
nice. He's like, let me just roll. Am I gonna do it?
Oh,
Roll the
sorry, it was a
five.
1.
It was a one. No, staying home from work. But um, but yeah, backlogs. We were talking about video games and we are talking about Black Friday. Now we're moving on to backlogs because, of course, I bought a couple of games in Black Friday that I had no business buying. Uh,
Ooh, tell me about these games.
okay, so I bought Ghost Recon Breakpoint because my little brother really enjoys the game and I have fun gaming with him, and so he picked up Breakpoint and I run that with him. I actually have a lot of fun playing that. I'll probably be streaming it tonight after we shoot this. Also, I picked up Stardew Valley on my Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
I am beyond in love with that game. I'm almost done with my first in-game year. I'm in winter.
Is
Um,
that a long time?
yeah, it's a lot of hours.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, I think each season has about 30, 40, like 30 minute days, something like that. I think that each day is like 30 minutes in game. Um,
Okay. Okay.
I want to say it's about 30 minutes. I could be completely wrong, but I enjoy the hell out of it. And
Citation needed.
yeah, citation needed, please, folks. Folks. And quick pause. Subscribe. If you made it to this point and you're listening, hit the subscribe button. Come on, man. Like the video, subscribe, and then talk to us in the comments and tell us what games you spent your money on that you're probably not gonna play. Now back to it. So Stardew Valley has actually inspired me. Like I want to go in my backyard and go farm because I got a pretty decent sized backyard, and I've been wondering what to do with it. And I actually got all the tools. I just want to get back there and like go to work and start growing stuff. I really do because it. I know it doesn't translate because it actually takes a lot of work. It's a lot easier than pressing buttons. I mean, a lot harder than pressing buttons. But still something it inspired me. So thank you, Stardew Valley. I love those type of games, man.
What,
Um,
farming games or?
well, no, I love 8-bit, 16-bit,
Oh,
32-bit
okay, yeah.
games. Like I played the hell out of Starbound, Chucklefish game. I like Company Chucklefish. I never played Terraria. I own it, which is odd. I haven't played it. I heard that one's really fun too.
What
Um,
about the ultimate blocky game, Minecraft?
Ooh, funny enough, I've never played Minecraft.
Mm.
But I'm shocked I'm enjoying Stardew Valley because I suck at building. Like I'm the
Oh, is
building
there building
mechanic.
in that game?
Yeah, you get to lay out like fencing and fences. You get to go and create farm material to create like farmhouses and like I got a chicken coop. I have you get to farm material to build like roads and pave and design your house and all that other craziness. And it's stuff that I normally don't do in games or I don't do well. Like even in Fallout 4, I wasn't good at the base building part. I made it defensible. Like I know where to put things to make it like, hey, if somebody comes in, they're gonna die. Like, okay, here's a kill point. Like turrets in this place were great. Sentry here, sentry there. I can do that, but as in like making it look like something other than just a place to sleep, mattresses all over the place. Yeah, not my most creative moments, but I will say that Stardew Valley is getting my creative juices flowing.
Absolutely.
Um, like I feel like I'm even setting up my crops different. I went from just spreading them out all over the place to doing a 3x3 method to finding sprinkler system for my specialty crops, and like it just I'm really getting into it. Um, Oddly enough, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, shout out to Stardew Valley. I'm actually playing a game I bought during Black Friday. Wow.
Nice. I have a Stardew question.
Yes.
So, from what very little real life farming information that I have, supposedly potatoes are one of the fastest growing crops. Is that true in the game?
I want to say it is. I want to say to grow a potato it was like 5 days,
No.
5 in-game days, and then like certain plants, like they even have it down to like right. I was last season. I was growing
Hmm.
cranberries and blueberries. They would the bush after you harvest, like 3 or 4 days later, you can get a couple of more, and it would just keep generating. And then you had like when I would grow the certain plants such as squash and pumpkins, you would grow it, and that was
And
it.
that's it.
After your harvest, that's it, and you got to replant the seeds. And then the lifespan for growing a pumpkin took a lot longer. The time frame took a lot longer than growing blueberries. What was crazy was I want to say it was like 15 days, which you only get like 30 days of a season.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so like certain things they like I read on a guide, they were like, look, go in, row immediately. Like first day,
Day
run
one.
day one, run, go buy the seeds and plant them. Like and depending on the seeds, it gets expensive. Some crops drop seeds. Like I was growing sunflowers. It
Oh yeah,
after
yeah,
you would
yeah.
harvest, a few seeds would drop. Like I think every third sunflower, I would get a seed or two. Um, but these things, I'm really enjoying the game. And then of course on top of all of that, they add in fishing, which
Oh,
yeah, you know me. If you
you're
guys
checking out.
yeah, if you guys know me, I don't like fishing in real life. I just don't do it. But when it comes to video game fishing, I partake. Warframe, I would spend hours. I have streams out there where I spent hours catching fish. I it's a weird thing that I like to do. I even remember playing that like fishing game at the arcades. Um,
Oh, right, right, yeah.
yeah, I remember. I forgot what was it called, like reel something. Dude, a gold reel or something like that. I think I'm mixing up the golf game. I am Golden Tee. The golf game was called Golden Tee. Um, but
Real
yeah,
bass. Is that it?
yeah, I think it was Bass Fisherman. But yeah, I don't know. I just like it. It's fun. Um, likes and ums. What else did I do? So Stardew Valley, Breakpoint, the new Xbox. Oh, and the Xbox actually came with the Star Wars game. Um,
Oh,
I forgot
Fallen
the
Order?
Fallen Order. I'm
Oh, you
scared to
lucky.
start it because
Uh,
I'm probably gonna be hooked. And
tr-
I'm excited because I'm gonna when I jump on it, it's gonna be I'm gonna put it on Jedi Master and I'm gonna run it like a Dark Souls game.
oh, good
Um,
luck.
I know it's gonna be miserable, but I think it'll make me really enjoy it. I think that's something I need to start doing, especially as I've gotten older. Um,
What, just putting it on the hardest
putting
difficulty
on the
and
hardest difficulty because it make me feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck. Um, like for example, like with Pokemon, we talked about it. I want to say we talked about it last episode. It's a I've grown to a point to where it's I need to make it a different experience in order to fully enjoy it.
yeah.
Um, and speaking on backlog, whew, how many games you got on your backlog right now?
Um, it's harder for me to get entrenched in a game, so I can get
Gotcha.
through these backlogs a bit quicker. But I do have a few games on the back burner, and the one I'm looking forward to the most is not a new game, but Darkest Dungeon.
Ooh, ooh,
Have you heard of it?
yeah, that's the one where your players are in a certain order, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a party of four, and you have to like kill guys in dungeons. Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm.
Whilst like managing the sanity bars.
Yeah, keeping your players healthy and mentally there, and it's like I think XCOM. I compare a lot of things to XCOM because I really love XCOM. But they had that mechanic in the last series, in the last one I played, where like if your character got so much damage or somebody died in front of them, they'd be mentally like shocked and not have the same abilities. But I heard on this game, and you correct me if I'm wrong, it's a lot more intense. You can go into depth if you know a little more.
I mean, I am not like you. I don't put it on the hardest difficulty. Um, from I played it a while back, so I have experience with the game.
Got you.
And from like the half an hour maybe that I put into it a little bit earlier was basically hard, but it gets easier.
Oh, okay.
I guess like most things, but like getting back into it was like, oh my god, like what on earth am I supposed to do with all this? But you know, I guess it's like riding a bike. Once you get into the groove, um, it gets easier.
Mm.
Yeah. Shout out to the Crusader, one of like the classes.
Oh, is
So
it tanky?
he's tanky, but he has one of the goofiest abilities I've ever seen in a game.
What is it?
So, because like the Crusader, because you can guess by his name, he's like righteous, virtuous. So there's an ability where it's what's it called? Like accusation or something. I don't know. But
The
it's like
Inquisition.
sort of, yeah,
Okay,
but it's like it's targeted towards like unholy characters, so like undead, like necromancers, what say
got
you?
you.
But what you do is that it targets two people, and when you activate the ability, he unravels this large like scroll of paper, and he starts shouting at them, like just going, "You unreligious knaves, you
Oh God.
abominations of God, such and such." It's goofy, and it can one hit kill some character,
The
some
undead.
enemies.
That is classic.
Just you just like getting a piece of paper out and yelling at them kills them.
Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. I like, once again, RPGs, and I, God, thinking
I
about
love it
my
though.
backlog, man. Like real talk, the problem with my backlog is most of my backlog games organically have 50 plus hours. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of Disgaea. I'm thinking of Pokemon, um, Ghost Recon, Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, Final Fantasy 14 or 15. Uh, and then I forgot that earlier this year I had my wife buy me the special edition of uh, the Dungeons and Dragons collection that came out on Switch.
Wow.
So yeah, so Torment. Um, what else was on there? Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Hmm.
So these are games that on a minimum you can run 100 hours, no problem. And
Absolutely.
yeah, 100%. And that's like one playthrough. That's not even running through all the classes. That's not creating all the different options. That's just straight out one run through. You can pull 100 hours easy. Um, and I bought them all, and it's gonna be great. I I really think I'm gonna have to start a whole stream a day that's just gonna be backlog day, and I just pick a game, and I just or I could just run through my old RPGs and just run it as a whole. Like, look, I'm running this until I can beat it. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking I might do that because
So
go ahead.
so basically what you're saying is all of these games and Xboxes and stream rigs, basically your kids aren't getting Christmas
My kids aren't getting Christmas, man. They don't need it. They're okay. The
or their
Christmas,
next birthdays.
yeah, birthdays, Christmas. See, and I made the mistake. Like my daughter, my youngest, her birthday is in January, and so it's like, whew, Thanksgiving, my wife's birthday, and then she's graduating this year too, next week.
Ooh, congrats.
Thank you, thank you. Shout out to the wife. She's smarter than me. Um, then her birthday, and then Christmas, and then New Year's, and then my daughter's birthday. I don't know why I spent any money on myself. Makes no sense. Makes me sound super selfish. But the RPG gamer must provide. No.
Priorities.
Priorities. But no, it's so wild though. But I've always had a habit of buying games. I used to beat games all the time as a kid. Um, and that was mainly because when a game was bought for me, that was usually it until like the next big event. Like my
Mm,
dad, like my family would buy me a game every time I did good in school. So like anytime I come home with a good report card, they would take me to GameStop and let me buy a game. Um, it, Times I'd get games, report cards, maybe Easter, Christmas, and my birthday. Those are the only times I got games as a kid growing up. But then when I started making my own money, like in high school, I did everything from sell candy to who knows what. Well, I I went buck wild. because I had
Oh yeah.
the money. It was like,
I don't
oh,
have to wait anymore.
yeah, any new game that came out that I wanted or even thought about wanting, I just went and bought it, went and bought it, went and bought it, went and bought it. And then that's when the whole backlog really started building up. And then I got a Steam account. Then I got a Humble Bundle. Then. Yeah. Oh, I'm lying. I picked up some PC games. I picked up
Ooh,
what was it? Call of
Call of
Rat.
Cthulhu.
No, is that game good?
I watched the playthrough. It's pretty good,
Okay.
but it's one of those games where it's like you complete it once and you're done.
I got you. Let me see. What did I buy? Um, let me see. Let me see. I just picked up. It was a game I've been looking at for some time now, to be honest with you. And I was like, you know what? Let me just buy it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it.
Would you say
Um,
it was called as something that started with a P?
yeah, Stalker. Call of Pripyat.
Oh, that's yeah. I was thinking like it sounded familiar.
Yeah. I bought that one, and then I bought a game called Pixel Heroes. I don't know why. It must have been really cheap. Yeah, the total
Must have been.
purchase was $7 for all of it. So, like,
I mean, value
oh
for
yeah,
what you get.
but now that's probably another 100 hours in gaming right there.
Have
Uh,
fun.
yeah. And honestly, it'd be dope to stream. I heard it's got a like you're fighting monsters and humans, and
Which
you're
one? The Pixel?
no the call of the Stalker game.
Oh, right, right.
And then it's like a shooter. It kind of looked like a horror version of Fallout to me. Just kind of looking at it.
I think Stalker has like a is like one of like a Russian cult classic,
Uh
if I'm
huh.
not wrong.
Yep. That's it.
So I guess that's a new release, right?
No, it's
Or
fairly
is oh
old.
it's
It's
the
old.
oldest.
It's
Okay.
old.
Oh yeah, then I think it's label that one as a horror game.
Yeah, it's Russian. It's probably gonna be pretty hardcore.
I mean, it's Pripyat. What?
Yeah, like yeah, it looks pretty dark. Has some monsters. Let's see. Yeah, that guy looks like demonic. Oh, I'm gonna be scared crapless.
Oh, you have to stream that one.
Why did I do this to myself? Oh, I'm
Is it
looking at
too
the
late for
pictures.
Steam refunds?
Oh god. And then it doesn't help that I got my own little zombies trying to bust into my office right now. Uh, I'm busy. My youngest man, she has no respect for me and my personal space.
Well, you know what? You got, dude. Yeah, classic COD zombies. Just put up more wood in the window, and you're good to
Yeah,
go.
that's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so let's check it out. Stalker Call of Pripyat, PC game once again into the vicinity of Chernobyl nuclear reactor that exploded in 1986. This so-called zone is a highly contaminated area cordoned off by the military and is combed through by so-called stalkers, modern fortune hunters in search of unique artifacts, and the role of Agent Alexander Digdriv. Sorry if I'm butchering that, folks.
Oh, don't worry.
Who's dressed up as a stalker. The player has to investigate the mysterious disappearance of 5 military helicopters and stand one's ground against various stalker groups. Oh wow.
So I think
Who
this is a good time to say that the stream is a stream. This podcast is officially sponsored by Stalker.
Stalker, yeah, sponsored. We're not sponsored by Stalker, but we hope to be. Thank
You
you.
know, and beggars can't be choosies.
Oh no, I'm ready. Put me on. I'm down.
Full up chill.
Yeah. All right. My email is up on my Twitter. Please go and send me all your Steam codes and your video game codes and products you want me to review. I do have a PO box and all that other fun stuff. I'm official, folks. That's see
Absolutely.
that's one thing I really want people to understand about Baron J67, the brand. It is very official. This is not just some part-time thing I picked up. PO box, email, phone number. I got all of that. All
He's
of that.
ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready to receive your income. Please throw your money in my direction. Throw your Steam codes. Throw your products my way. I will do reviews to the best of my ability. I will get it out there to my loyal subscribers. and I will stream the hell out of your games. Yeah, especially RPG element based games like Stalker. No.
Oh, what
um.
was it?
Oh, what else?
Oh, my mom. Oh, that's right. I just saw that one of the game companies that who whose games I play a lot, they just started throwing out a bunch of money for uh, sponsored streams for one of their games. Imperator Rome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a RTS
Mm,
or is it?
I no, it's more of a 4X game.
Now, what's that?
Oh, I forget the actual X's. It's like explore, expand, exterminate, something. But
So is
it's
it more like
basically
Civilization or?
uh, give or take. But it's not that kind. It's not like the Civ experience.
Oh, okay,
It's like
gotcha.
it's but it's the same thing as like you start out with like a city or a planet or a country or whatever, and you grow it up until the game ends.
Okay.
It's
Oh.
it's free until the 8th. Free to
Okay.
play, I should say.
Oh, never mind. I was about to say I'll go pick it up.
I picked it up, and even though the reviews say it's not the greatest game in the world, I give it a pass.
Okay, and see, I like people like you who are willing to play Steam games, and give games a shot because there's so many. I had to learn certain things. I had to stop looking at reviews for. And I found, and I recommend this to everybody, and I've talked about this before. Go out when it comes to reviews. Find somebody you kind of mesh with game ideal with, like you enjoy the type of games they play, and they play all the games you enjoy. Blah 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 blah. That was a big mush of words, but when you find somebody who plays the type of games you play and they play from the perspective that you often play, I recommend you stick to just that person's reviews. Because first off, most people who do real reviews, like deep reviews, are usually ones who don't like it. Like if you go to Best Buy and you go down the list and see the reviews of the game purchase, they're usually not good experiences because most people who have a fun time are having too much fun playing the game. They don't review it. Not too often is the review section a positive place.
Yeah,
It's only going to highlight all the bad, or their worst experiences. So like for me, there's like three places I look at games. I'll look at Ranks. I do not Gamer Ranks. I do not know how to say their YouTube page. And then Mr. Matty Plays. Those are people that I'll go to watch. Spawn on Me. I'll look at his thoughts on different games. These are people that I look at, and I keep it small because they play the type of games I play, and they look at it from a very similar perspective. So if they enjoy it royally, I know that I'm gonna enjoy it to a higher extent.
yeah, but you know what that means.
What's up?
You just highlighted the fact that I think they're all YouTubers, right?
Yeah,
The best place, like genuinely, the best thing to do when looking if you want to buy a game, just watch a YouTube playthrough.
yeah. Watch gameplay. Oh yeah, 100%.
Sometimes there's gonna be games so obscure that there's only like a single playthrough in the whole YouTube, which I've actually experienced once, but 9.5 times out of 10, there's gonna be at least somebody playing it on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
And I think most of them tend to also think like, you know, you probably don't know what this is, so I'm gonna explain it as I play.
yeah.
So you'll you'll have a very good understanding of like how the game works. You're not just looking at like a Steam store page review. Or it's like we have these features, we have those features,
Mm-hmm.
and like the user submitted reviews, they can be good, but it doesn't give you the same um experience or not experience, the same I don't know the word
The
I'm looking
same.
for.
You said it right. Experience. Cause like okay, for example, Anthem. I got to play the closed beta and the open beta, I believe, for Anthem, and I did a video on the closed beta. And even in watching the gameplay during the E3 event, like when they first announced it, I was like, this is gonna be terrible. I just it looked amazing. I was like, this looks like the Iron Man game that we always wanted, but something about it felt hollow. And then it was one of those. Remember, it was one of those scripted walkthroughs where the guys are like, "Oh, hey, come over here. Oh, I found a
Uh,
creature."
like
I
the
like
what was it, Rainbow Six Siege,
yes, like
where it's
scripted.
like, oh, they're on the window. I'm gonna rappel off this window
Yeah,
or
it
whatever.
just I hate when they do that. Poor
Compare
voice
that to the
actors.
real world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
poor voice actors. Those guys, they did their best. Who knows if they even really played the game? That's the next. See, oh, don't even get me started. That's a whole rant. We only got a few more
we
minutes.
we
That
really need to do that like
yeah.
horrible like gaming
Ooh, that could
culture
be the
thing
next episode.
episode.
Oh yeah, bad moments in gaming culture. But no, I did a review and I even put up some gameplay, and I told everybody I was like, look, this feels really hollow. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't know for this to because I want to say the closed beta was only like a month, if that, before the release. That was a lot of big complaints. Like, how is it that this closed beta is supposed to be the thing to get advice and blah 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 blah, but yet it's not even 30 days out from its release window? That's not a good sign. Because
They just
whenever
want
it's
people talking about it.
exactly, so they called it a closed beta, but it was like 90% of the game, and it was not what I thought it was. I was like, no, this is whack. It was hollow, and I tried to be honest, and I clearly was correct. You know, I think a lot of people were.
Pat on the
I
back.
hate that there was people out there gassing it up, putting a lot of fuel into it, and of course they were probably paid. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. Get your money, but be honest to the people. You know, I know people who spent like I know people who can only buy one or two full price games a year, and they buy these bigger games like that, these games as a service because it's so much behind it. You know, they'll buy the
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto because you got so much gameplay, and it's I know people who've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 since it came out, still playing it. You
yeah.
get so much bang for your buck. So to get a game that promised to be this whole experience, and then it turned out to be a hollow shell of a trailer, you know, I forgot
You're
what I
kind
was
of
going.
asking for it.
You're asking for it, yeah, and it sucks that people do that, and it's not right. But that's the gaming industry, and we can definitely talk about different things we don't like about gamers and the gaming industry because there's things that gamers do that I don't like either.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
let's
episode 4.
yeah, that's episode 4. So what else? What else do we need to touch on? There was something else I wanted to talk about. Black Friday backlog. No, did we hit all the topics?
I didn't even know that was possible.
Holy crap, folks! For that, you definitely got to subscribe. We hit all our
Yes,
topics.
please.
You have to. You have to go down. You have to click subscribe. You have to like, and you have to tell us what games you currently have on your backlog. Oh, what game? What was the game of the year for you?
Oh,
Last
now
couple minutes.
is this exclusively to 2019 releases?
No, we'll keep it simple. What was the game for you for 2019?
Okay, I think for 2019 as a whole, my game of the year has to be. It's a thing between two.
Okay.
Star Wars: The Old Republic,
Okay.
controversial, and alternatively, Hearts of Iron 4,
Ooh,
which is
okay.
another 4X game.
Okay. For me, it would have to be what did I dump most of my hours into?
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. I was going to say, it's funny, as much crap as I talk about Destiny 2, I play I've put in more hours on Destiny 2 than anything else. And I'll just say that for my action RPG game. Now for my turn-based RPG game of the year for me would be Final Fantasy Tactics. I play
Ooh,
it.
an
Yeah.
unexpected choice.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. I play it a lot. I actually keep a Game Boy on me in my car, just when I'm bored to pick it up and play it. That's always been a pick up and play game for me. I've probably started it over like 3 times.
Nice.
This is probably my fourth playthrough, and I'm trying to unlock all the characters.
Living the
Um,
dream.
yeah, turn-based RPGs. I really want. Okay, final request, and if the folks are listening at Firaxis, I think that's how you say the company's name.
Yeah.
Please, yeah, please put XCOM on the Switch. I will buy every XCOM game if you put it on the Switch. I'll almost even pay full price.
You know what else they need to put on Switch?
What?
Civilization Beyond Earth. The best
Ooh.
game? Not really.
I was about to say, I was like, I don't know, a lot of people didn't like it. I was gonna
Yeah.
buy it, but yeah,
It's okay. They all have. Not everyone could be the bestseller.
yeah, there you go. Thank you. It's bad amongst greatness.
Yeah.
See, that sucks when you're measuring against yourself. That's the only thing you compare yourself to is yourself. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not as good as the last one.
Or the one
Gamers,
that came after it.
look, gamer stuff we're gonna be angry about. Well, folks, once again, this is StarCrossed Gamers. Please, 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 I'm gonna ask you again, like and subscribe, and then comment. Let us know your backlog. Let us know the game of the year for you, and it doesn't even have to be a 2019 game. It can just be a game that you've been playing the hell out of. Whatever you put your hours into is your game of the year, in my opinion. But I'm Baron
Exactly.
J67.
I am Johnny.
Go and be one with the force, and long live and prosper. And what else? Never look a
Stereotypical elven phrase.
right. Don't take any wooden nickels. And peace.
Peace.